is Applaud has built a platform that can help you deliver and design employee experiences without replacing all of these back-end systems. And even if you're not a very big company, you probably have a lot of these tools. The average large company has 70 employee applications. I'm not kidding. This is research done by Okta, OKTA, which is an identity management system. You know, what Applaud has done, and you know, Applaud is a vendor in a very, very hot new space of employee experience platforms, is let's not try to re-engineer everything we have. It's not going to happen anyway. You know, software, you know, the interesting thing about software, I used to talk about this with guys at IBM. Software is hard. It is really hard to change software. If you build a system that's a recruiting system and it's really good at, you know, communicating with candidates or assessing people for a fit to a job, you're not going to change that overnight. It takes a long time to build it. It takes a long time to design it. So a lot of these back-end transactional systems, the 70 applications you have in your company, don't hold your breath for them to suddenly become magnificently easier to use. They might, they certainly will over time, but you can stick something on top, and that's what this red layer is. Now, we used to call this an employee portal, and employee portals have been around forever. They were always very expensive to build. You would use SharePoint or something else like that, and your IT department had to be involved. You'd hire a consultant. Next thing you know, you've got to have security in there, and then you have to have an employee directory, and then you have to have all sorts of training and communications and open enrollment programs and you know, newsletters and on and on and on. And those things become really big. I mean, there's giant groups of people in big companies that work on these employee portals. Well, now we have products that do this. And as you can see, they sit in the middle between the productivity layer, you know, Microsoft, Workplace, Slack, Zoom, whatever you may use. These are sort of the main ones at the top, and the back-end systems. And they're called employee experience platforms. Now, you know, Applaud is one of the more mature and sophisticated implementations of this, and you'll see this if you talk to these guys about the product, but it does a lot of things. It has to deal with applications at the top, many of which you will build yourself. An onboarding application you can't buy off the shelf, but you can, you know, buy a template for it. But it has to have search and discovery and security, voice or chat tools, case management, knowledge management, surveys, feedback. Those things in the darker blue at the third layer down are services that you should expect from a product like Applaud, and then you can build you know, the things you need at the top. Really, the big, you know, opening of all this is that you can decide your own. And what I think is really kind of cool about Applaud, from what I've seen of it and what I know about it, is it is designed to be a creator platform, an easy to use developer platform, so that you can, not as an IT engineer, but really as an HR person or as a business person, you can build workflows for these various things that go on at work on top of many of these applications. Eventually, what really will happen through platforms like Applaud is it will free you from the complexities of dealing with technical issues in your HR tech, and it'll give you the time to get to know what employees are really doing and what are the things, the information, the tools, the training, the connections that they really need to be better at their jobs. And that's really what we're here to do in HR. We're really here to meet employees in their jobs, at the point of work, in their daily lives, and make that easier and better for them. And so I think the EX platforms and products like Applaud free you to do that. And then you can obviously buy and build all the back-end systems you want to make every individual part of this get better. And I think if you use a platform like Applaud, you know, you won't be sitting around hiring hundreds of consultants to build things for you.
What are the hottest digital employee experience tools in the market today?
Well, I think Applaud is a pretty hot tool.